it quiet down.
Oh, baby, I love your way every day, yeah, yeah. Oh, baby.
Often lingering spirits come about through horrible, horrible experiences, traumatizing tales often ending in one or multiple deaths. And this is no exception. We grew up in this area, and it's always been a secret, ugly story we like to keep under wraps. It all started back in the early 1900s during the Great War. There's a woman named Annie with 3 young children and a brave husband who went off to fight. After receiving word of her husband's death in the World War, Annie had a nervous breakdown, resulting in her going absolutely bonkers and drowning her 3 children in the river at this bridge. She then hung herself after realizing the atrocity of what she just did. Bridges are often seen as a place of crossing and passage into a new world, a portal that may weaken the veil between the living and the dead. That's why her spirit and her children might still linger in this place.
Equipment check, Sam.
On our hunt tonight, we got several items that will aid us in our investigation. First off is our high-grade kitchen thermometer. Point this in any direction. It comes with a laser pointer, so you know where you're pointing it. And it'll read the temperature of the ambient air. If we see a major drop in this number here, that's how we know there's some specters about us. Next up, this is for our protection. We got some classic salt. All right, salt is known as a pure substance and will ward off spirits. So if things get hairy, we're putting down a salt circle. And finally, to communicate with the spirit, we got this flashlight. Now, it may not look like much, but this is a powerful investigatory tool. You twist it part way, just like that, so it's halfway between on and off, just like how this world is halfway between the living and the dead. And if I tap it, it'll switch between states. A ghost can manipulate this flashlight to turn it on and off and signal us how they're feeling, what they want to say, anything. This is how we'll interview the ghost. We also have some other homegrown tips and tricks that we'll show you later in the video. We're pulling up on the bridge now. Let me explain how we're going to do this. We're going to divide up into 2 teams, each with our own equipment to collect evidence. We're going to come back together as a whole, and then we're going to begin solo investigations. Each of us are going to spend 5 minutes alone on the bridge calling out to Annie or her children, trying to get them to show themselves to us. They can't come back until their 5 minutes are up, no matter what happens. We'll see what we can do. We've made it out to the bridge where World War II or World War I widow Annie, Crazy Annie, drowned her 3 children in the river just down there and then hung herself afterwards. We're about to start our investigation. We'll see what we find. We're gonna do one of our tests here, try and communicate with the spirit, Crazy Annie, or her kids. This is a simple flashlight, but if you twist it, eventually it'll turn off like that. And if I get just in the right spot, when it's tapped, you see it flashes. The theory is a ghost can interact with this object, and we can get simple yes or no answers here with light taps. So let's get into it. Let me trying so many spirits around here. Annie, I'm not gonna call her crazy because I don't want to anger her. I should probably have the salt on standby just in case.
Yep. Salt from the. That's them. That's our other crew.
Our co-workers.
Debunked.
Yep. Let me reach out to Annie. Annie, or any of her 3 kids, if you are with us, I have a device here. It's a flashlight. I'm sure you knew what they were back in the day. But I have a device here. And if you tap it, the light will turn on. And we will be able to see that. And then we can start dialogue. All right, I want to do 1 tap for no. And then on and off for yes. So if you're here, please reach out to us through this flashlight. I'm gonna pull up the EMF detector. See what we're getting here. Pretty normal baseline levels. Nothing too interesting. We'll see if we got a spike. Annie, if you're here, we mean you no harm. We just want to communicate. So come on out, show yourself. Maybe you can tell us about your husband who passed. Maybe you can tell us why you decided to hang your kids. Maybe you can tell us what your kids' names were. Or if you are Annie's child, maybe come to us for help to get away from your mother. I mean, clearly something's going on there. Yeah, so again, just reach out to us through this flashlight right here by my hand on the bridge. All right, we'll just wait now. And we should still, yep, it's playing good. Annie, are you here? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? For those who didn't know, Henderson is kind of connected to Minnesota rock star Prince. It said he filmed some of the scenes for Purple Rain here in Henderson. Little fun fact. Anyway, back to the hunt. Annie, are you there? I'd like to talk. Annie, please, I'm trying to communicate. Any spirits here, come to me to communicate. EMF levels are normal. Nothing's really going on here.
Nope.
All right, we're here in the car. We got static radio playing. We're just gonna be listening for any sounds that we might hear. So, yeah, leave it at that, I guess. Ezra, did you hear that, dude? It quiet down.
Oh, baby, I love your way every day. Yeah, yeah.
Well, our flashlight test came up inconclusive. We've had some anomalous temperature readings. So now we're gonna break out and do our solo investigations. The way this will work, each of us are gonna spend 5 minutes out here alone. We'll have flashlights, but we're gonna record ourselves for 5 minutes and we'll see what happens. Hopefully no one gets got. Okay. All right. Here's the cars back there. We'll see if I go insane. All right, here I am. Jeez Louise. This is certainly creepy. There's nothing out here. I'm gonna be quiet, see if we can pick up some audio. But Yeah, here we go. Annie, are you there? Annie, if you're there, I want you to make your presence known with a ghostly scream. Or if any of Annie's kids are here, make your presence known. I just want to talk. I came in peace, all right? I just want to talk. That's all. That's all. I just want to talk. Annie, if you're here, Annie, make your presence known, please. Annie, if you're here, make your presence known. All right, man, this is freaky. God. I do have salt for protection. Oh, man. I am getting sufficiently freaked out, though, by everything going on here. I do not enjoy this whatsoever. Oh, jeez Louise, dude. Annie, are you there? Last chance before I go back. If you want to reach out, to communicate, to talk, to whatever, now's the chance. Annie, make your presence known.
I think the hot spots will be in the water. Not so much the bridge. Maybe the trees out there, because that's where they say she hung herself from. That's where all the action took place. So, and this spot right here is where we were getting the temperature changes. So I think I'll focus my attention to this spot. If you're out there, can you make a noise? Knock on a tree or throw some rocks around, anything to let me know that your presence is here. All right, I'm gonna go for 1 minute, no light, and see if that changes anything. 1 minute, no light. This would be more for audio purposes. Not a whole lot going on here. Just the pitch darkness. No moon out tonight. No moon out tonight. All right,
we're now directly over the bridge to finish off our investigation. There has been rumors that the ghost will not let you start your car. Annie somehow prevents that. So let's see if there's any truth to that. I'm gonna turn off the car. Car's fully off. I'll open and shut the door. Okay, car should be off. Wait for the light up there to turn off. And, give it a second.
Yo, what up?
We conclude our solo investigations. We'll do a breakdown later. I think this is good enough. In 3, 2, 1. All right, Annie
Like a dream.
could not do that. She couldn't conquer the 2019 Chevy Trax. So, if you want a ghost-proof car, there you go. All right, guys, this is our post-investigation recap. We just investigated Crazy Annie's Bridge. There might be some evidence we'd like to go over. Yeah, let's start off just at the beginning. Overall thoughts, guys, on the general ambiance, the bridge. Any particular thoughts about the bridge itself?
I think pulling up to the bridge itself was a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
There was a couple of signs posted saying private property, and then there was some like video surveillance going on, but I think that was more for the woods area. But I definitely kind of got a feeling that I was being watched for sure. Probably just from a camera, but you know, still not a good feeling to have.
I suppose we should preface this with the fact that there is known and confirmed cult activity in the town of Henderson. So it is not beyond the realm to say that there could have been somebody watching us.
That's for sure.
There were definitely some moments with some mysterious lights showing up
Yes.
that maybe could be either spirit orbs or the maybe cult member flashlights
Yeah.
taking a peek at us.
We won't delve too much into the cult because that will perhaps be another video. But there is actual confirmed cult activity in the town. So I'll just leave it at that.
The thoughts about the bridge when I was on there, at least.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Everything that like made itself known to me came through after reviewing the footage and taking
Yeah.
a closer look at it.
That's for sure.
I will say yes, on the bridge itself, not a thing besides the cold spots. We did have some major temperature drops. In most areas, the ambient temp it was reading was like 20, and then if I think it was like the middle of the bridge, I brought my thermometer over and it dropped down to 1. So who knows? Could have just been a misreading or something. Nothing to really say there.
I think when me and Connor were in the car listening to the static radio, there was nothing unusual, nothing interesting happening there. So that kind of gave me a feeling of
Reassurance.
yeah, I kind of felt a little calmer. I felt a little more like, hey, you know, this might not be a big deal.
Ooh, baby, I love your way.
Same with the flashlight.
Yeah, the flashlight was a total bust. We did not get a single tap.
Not a single thing.
And I've done the flashlight method before on a previous hunt in my college years, and it did get flickered a couple of times. So I know it is possible. It's just nothing happened on this hunt. So no unusual EMF.
Nope.
Nothing in that regard. I mean, you got any general thought? No? All right.
It was pretty lame, if you ask me. I didn't hear anything, or I didn't see anything out there.
All right, cool. Well, let's dive into our specific evidence we may have found upon further review. Who wants to start?
I think we should definitely dive into the mysterious lights of ghost orbs first.
Yes, yeah. I feel like ghost orbs are well known, but what a ghost orb is, or theorized to be, is the faint energy signature given off by a spirit. It's quick and usually only shows up on camera, but it is just a bright ball that dashes across the screen. We picked up on several ghost orbs. If you believe that the orbs are ghosts, there you go. There's your proof and evidence that Annie's Bridge is completely 100% haunted. If you're skeptical about ghost orbs validity, you know, it certainly can be called into question.
Mm-hmm.
So
nothing definitive there,
no,
I'd say.
no, not really.
So we'd probably rate that 2, 3 out of 10.
Yeah, not like strong evidence for me to say,
No.
oh my gosh, this place is haunted.
No.
All ghosts are real.
Nope. Yeah, it could be many things from dust to bugs.
Yeah.
So
Well, we do have one pretty strong piece of evidence. They're stronger than the others. One
mhm.
that stuck out maybe a little more. I'll let Michael.
This was our big find of the night. Upon further review of the footage, in my solo investigation, there appears to be knocking sounds, wood knocking sounds, after I ask the spirits for a sign like a knock on a tree.
Play the clip.
Let me know that your presence is here.
All right, we're back.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed the clip.
So we heard those in response to my question, and basically, since it didn't happen before and it only happened after, and I think it only happened in mine, maybe one other instance of it in somebody else's, that this could have been an intelligent spirit response.
An attempt for communication, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been. There's no way to prove it. Maybe it was just a branch knocking on a tree. However, you know, it did only start after we reached out. So
There's that part to it.
what?
It could be many things from, it could be wood creaking, although I think it sounds like individual knocks.
Yeah, I also think it sounds like individual knocks. For
So
sure.
that one I'm gonna give a 5 to 6.
I
I'm
agree.
gonna give it a 5 to 6.
I agree with 5.
Yeah.
I think 5 is a good number there.
Take it out of 5, I think.
You know,
Mhm.
a 6 is something like maybe a little more of a potential whisper out there, something
Mhm.
like that. So 10 is obviously full apparition.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think we're gonna see too many 10s. But
Yeah,
we'll
if,
keep
if
looking.
we ever bring you a 10, I think we just hang them up. I
Yeah.
think we just proved ghosts are real.
Yeah.
If we ever bring you a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts? Do we think this Annie is in fact haunting this bridge? We'll go around. Ezra, do you think Annie is there? Is there any truth to this legend?
Oh, God, I think I gotta say no here. There was just, to me at least, you know, in my night investigation, maybe I heard a couple, you know, odd noises in the water, but that could be anything, you know, a log, a small animal or something like that. Anything really could have caused these noises. And in my opinion, there was no definitive response, and no kind of sign shown after anything that I've done.
No
Anything
attempt
that-
at communication.
Yeah, nothing really clear that I saw. So I'm gonna give it a no.
Michael?
I am also gonna have to give it a no. I mean, the knocking was weird, but I mean, it still could be explained away. There's nothing definitive there. And that being our strongest piece of evidence, it's just not enough to say that a location's haunted or not. So I'm gonna have to go with no on this one.
Emmett?
Yeah, me personally, I don't think that what we gathered here tonight was enough to prove that Annie is here haunting this bridge. It could be on other nights, maybe the activity is acting up a little stronger, but I think it's all a hoax.
Yeah, there is a lack of information, complete information about this case, which might affect how we went about this investigation. If we could find more historical records about the event, you know, I would have liked to have done it closer to that date. You know, maybe that held more power or something spiritually. However, we did the best with what we had. I would have to also say that this is either it just didn't happen today or a no, there is not any spiritual activity here. Overall, just didn't see nothing. So
Pretty much.
who knows? If you go out there, you might see something. You know, there's been credible reports, but we couldn't capture anything for you guys. Sorry.
Mhm.
So overall, debunked. Dude bunked.
Dude bunked.
Dude bunked.
All right.
That's our new thing, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're the dude bunkers. Oh, I guess we never really fully introduced ourselves either. This will be kind of a funny outro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Sam, by the way.
Evan.
Mike.
Ezra.
There were a few other stragglers amongst us in our group. We had Adam.
The
And-
construction skeptic.
Yep. He was skeptical more about bridge structure than spirits of any kind, but anyway. And Connor.
Mm-hmm.
He was just kind of around.
He was just having fun.
Yeah.
Having a good old time.
So, anyway,
All right.
join us next time for whatever the dudes do next.
Signing out.
Yep.